Hello and welcome to Fernbank Science Center's The Sky This Week for April 18th through 25th, 2021. The moon is at first quarter this week. The Lyrid meteor shower might be visible sometime toward the middle of the week, and there are leftover winter stars in the evening sky. Start off at the beginning of the week facing the south direction. If you're not sure which way is south, figure out which way the sun went down. That's going to be the direction west. Put your right shoulder in that direction. Face the south part of the sky. Look way up high near the top of the sky, and there's a sickle shape. Looks like the handle of an old umbrella or a backwards question mark. 3 stars for a tail for the lion. Heart star, Regulus. And this is the top of the lion's head and his mane. So Leo the Lion, one of the springtime constellations. On your sky, there will not be letters and numbers retelling which constellations are which. These are the wintertime leftover ones. Orion the Hunter, shoulders, 3 stars for a belt, 2 stars for knees. Sirius is the brightest star we can see in the nighttime sky anywhere on Earth, and it's part of the large dog, Canis Major, back legs, body, front legs, head, giant nose. That'll be an easy one to find in the evening sky. Brightest star over there toward the southwest part of the sky. Leo, the lion, is going to be high on the sky, almost at the top of the sky in the early evening. See if you can find him or it in the early evening sky. On the 20th at 9 p.m., looking at the evening sky, we have the moon at first quarter phase. This is facing south again, and the moon will be pretty high on the sky. We saw where Orion was earlier, 3 stars, knees, shoulders, bright star Sirius. The moon will be a little bit farther along on the sky, still nice and high. The first quarter moon means that the moon has moved 1/4 of the way along its orbit from when it was a new moon. That happens for us this year on April 20th at 3 a.m. If you're up at that time, see the first quarter moon. If you wanted it at a better time, check in the evening, early evening sky. And if you have binoculars, look along the terminator, this line where the daytime and nighttime sides of the moon meet. That's where you can find craters in shadow, mountaintops, pretty stuff to look at with a pair of binoculars. First quarter moon on April 20th. The Lyrid meteor shower. Lots of people have heard about this one. Early in the morning on April 22nd, look toward the eastern part of the sky where the sun appears to rise, and there are 3 bright stars that make a big triangle. At 3 o'clock in the morning, this triangle is fairly low toward the horizon. A few hours later, it will be higher on the sky, maybe a little bit easier to find. Each of those 3 stars is in a different constellation. The one we're interested in is the top one, Vega or Vega, and it's near a little bent over box of stars. The constellation is called Lyra, a lyre, like the Greek poets sang to in the old days. Bright star at the top of the triangle, and then a little bent over box of stars. You need a really dark sky to see this kind of detail, but this is the area of sky where the meteors will appear to radiate from or appear to be coming from on the 22nd and 23rd this month. The Lyrid meteor shower is leftover pieces of a comet. The peak of the shower is on April 22nd, but that means that any day, a few days before, a few days after, looking toward that part of the sky, you might see some meteors. And the origin of them is the comet called Thatcher, the person who discovered it. In 1861 was the first time around. When a comet orbits the sun, it leaves behind a trail of particles, dust bits. When those interact with Earth's upper atmosphere, if Earth's orbit crosses a comet's orbit, you can see what look like shooting stars, those little bits of stuff burning up or ablating in the upper atmosphere. Earthsky.org has a great graphic that shows this. The constellation Lyra, bent over box, bright star Vega, and just off a little bit toward the south is where the radiant, the point where most of the meteors will appear to come from. Now, there are always random meteors, so you might see them in any part of the sky, but that's the area to look. Going outside early that morning, best time is between midnight and maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, a little bit later. It takes about 20 minutes for your eyes to get dark adapted. So give yourself some time, figure out where you're looking, pray for clear skies and not too much moonlight, and good luck with the meteor shower this year. Thank you for listening. Please remember to check Fernbank Science Center's website, www.fernbank.edu. Check our Facebook page for our virtual Friday evening planetarium programs and Saturday science programs. Thanks again for listening and have a great week.